I might hit that shit.
As she came into the window with the sound of a crescendo, she came in her apartment with the blessings on the carpet. She was underneath the table. You could see she wasn't able. Then she ran into the bedroom. She was sucked down. It was her doom. Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Are you okay? With the doors, is you okay? With the sound of the window. He's something. It's in the air. He was in the apartment. With the balcony. With the carpet. He was in the bedroom. He was shut down. He was shot to. And are you okay? You've been hit by. You've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Ooh.
What's up, good folks? Welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Bernicia. Y'all, I know that first video clip probably confused y'all, but I wanted to start off this video with some humor. Child, we got a whole lot to talk about tonight. Let's go ahead and get into it, okay? So first up, I want to talk about Chef Jordan Ruda. Okay, I think that's how you pronounce her name, but I could be pronouncing it wrong. Okay, so everybody know at this point, if you don't know about the status of Diddy's verdict or anything like that, anything about the case at all, then your ass been under a motherfucking rock, because everybody named Mama have been talking about this case. Okay, it's been P Diddy. It's been three things I've been hearing over the past few weeks. Okay, P Diddy trial, Love Island, and the motherfucking Big Beautiful Bill. Okay, so if you don't know about what's going on with P Diddy, your ass has been buried, head tucked. Okay, so with that being said, P Diddy has been found not guilty of the RICO. Okay, right now we're going to talk about his chef, his former chef. Okay, so his former chef, she comes out with this video after the verdict and everything. She comes out speaking, and she's saying how she's terrified, and a bunch of other slew of things. But before I show you guys the video of her, let me just give you a little bit of rundown about her and Diddy's relationship. Okay, so she started working with Diddy from 2015 to 2016. Okay, she was fired in 2016. 2017, she filed a lawsuit against Diddy due to sexual harassment in the workplace and under unpaid wages and things like that. She claimed that she was being sexually harassed by his management, by him, and that she was forced to work all these long, ridiculous hours. Now, if you had been paying attention to the trial, then you would notice that seems to be the thing with his employees. A lot of them have claimed, his former employees, they have claimed to have worked these long, strenuous hours, being up for days at a time and things, dealing with Diddy. I don't know what the fuck he be on, but that dude obviously don't motherfucking sleep if you gotta be up that motherfucking much to deal with him. I'm just saying. So anywho, when she filed a lawsuit against him in 2017, the lawsuit was resolved, but we don't know what was the resolution for the lawsuit, unfortunately. So now going back to the video that I'm about to show you guys, it's a live from her. She's claiming to be to feel terrified. She feels as though if Diddy gets out on bail, that he's going to seek retribution against her and probably anybody who was against him during this trial and things like that, things as such, you know. So let's take a look and see what she had to say.
As one of the actual minor victims to Sean Combs' physical assault while I was employed by him, as someone who was a witness to the abuse towards Cassandra Ventura Fine during my time of working for Sean Combs, I would just like to say that this is a grave miscarriage of justice. And I would like to also address that last year on March 20th, I was contacted by the federal government. They showed up at my door with badges. I refused to speak to them because I was terrified. So I was served with a grand jury subpoena that day before they left my home in Atlanta, Georgia. I confided in 3 different people about that visit from the feds. Terrified is actually an understatement. By April 11th of 2024, I was being contacted by Sean Combs' initial lawyer, Aaron Dyer. I have a voicemail that he left and text messages stating that Mr. Combs was aware of the visit from the government and that they would like to extend to cover my legal fees. These are facts. This, in my opinion, was witness tampering. I was supposed to testify this year on May 20th. I was in New York. It was announced. It was on CNN that I was supposed to be testifying, and I was pulled because I flipped out on the government. These are also facts. I want to be very clear. As a victim, as a former employee of Sean Combs, I do not feel safe. I am extremely traumatized. I do not know where to go from here. I did submit my own letter to the judge. I stand by everything that I said. I knew that he beat Cassie Ventura Fine in 2009. I know that she was dragged from the vehicle, okay? I know that I saw her 2 days later at the London hotel when me and one of his assistants brought her a bag, okay? This was a miscarriage of justice. And beyond any of this, I don't really have anything more to say. And I really don't know where to go from here. Just know that I am terrified and I am traumatized. And it's honestly, fuck him.
All right, child. I hear you, sis. You are terrified, okay? Basically, homegirl feels like Diddy shouldn't get out. She feels like she probably is going to be one of the people that he comes for, based off what she's saying. She's saying that after she was contacted by the government and given a subpoena, she said Diddy's attorneys reached out to her, and she felt like they were trying to tell her like yeah, we know that the government contacted you. You better keep your motherfucking mouth closed, right? Because they offered to pay her legal fees and things like that, right? So she felt some type of way. She felt like it was witness tampering. So for someone who's terrified of a person who is going to get out because he's not getting sentenced to life, I doubt it. I mean, if that the case, they would have gave him. He would have got the RICO. I mean, I don't foresee them being able to sentence him for life or the 20 years, because each of the 2 charges that he carried, that he has been found guilty of, they carry up to 10 years. So let's say they was able to get him for 10 years on each charge. That'd be 20 years, give or take. I don't believe that he's going to get sentenced with the maximum. I just don't. Okay. And with that being said, I don't think it's the smartest thing for you to get out here and put your face at the forefront and stand on what you were saying, all the negativity that you were spewing about him, and then say on top of that that you're terrified. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if this was like a clout chasing attempt. I don't see what the point of that is, because I would be like Cassie at this point. somewhere hidden, not saying a motherfucking thing, trying to plan my escape, and having my attorneys or whoever deal with the law and write the judge and handle all of that. You know what I'm saying, in the background. But to put your face at the forefront of this shit, what do you? I mean, what do you hope to accomplish? Is this one of those things where it's like if something happened to me, Diddy did it? Is that one of those? Is this one of those things? I don't know. But child, girl, if you scared, you need to go high, bitch. Pack your bags and head off to the nearest motherfucking country that's not America, bitch. I'm just saying. Now, unfortunately, Chrisean Rock is back on the docket, y'all. I told y'all she with the shit. So, anywho, her and Khalani got into it this past week. Okay, basically, Khalani unfollowed her, and then she went and made this long ass post talking about how, you know, basically she got to pull back from certain people. She don't want the drama and the bullshit in her life. Protect her peace. Blah 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 blah. So y'all know how Chrisean is. Anytime her name is mentioned, anytime somebody, she's just like Candyman. You say her name a certain amount of times and the bitch pop up and appear. Like Lord Voldemort from Harry Potter. You say the name and the bitch pop up, okay? So her name was said, and of course, in Chrisean fashion, she had to come out and say a goddamn something, right? So, anywho, she's on live and she's talking about how Khalani, basically, Chrisean gave Khalani an invitation to the gym, right? They met up. They saw each other at church, and Khalani, um, she gave Khalani the invitation to show up, to the gym. So they go out to the gym, they hanging out and kicking it. So Kalani was on some type of time where, like, I don't want to be fake, you know what I'm saying? I had some dealings with Blueface, Blase Squaze, and I just want to keep it funky with you and keep it 100 with you and tell you, what's up. And kind of up on some female empowerment type time. You feel me? And so after Chrisean seeing this little post and whatnot, she just goes to spilling all the girl tea.
Her getting cracked on every day, and her telling me that she used to deal with Blueface, and that's how she knew he was my. She's telling me everything how she know about my baby daddy. You feel me?
She said, "This is uncalled for. I let you enter
That's
my
what I
home."
was saying. This is what I was saying. You're commenting under people posts trying to like put out a fire you started. You unfollow me, all type of shit. Like you unfollow me, you put out a post before it went positive. You put out a post making it seem like you just have to disconnect yourself from certain things. Okay, cool. Tell them why you disconnected yourself
She
because
said
probably
she
you
you
got with the
lying.
same
She never
niggas.
messed with Blue.
So why did you say we all had this before? That's crazy. It's okay. I would deny it too. It's embarrassing. But that didn't make me stop fucking with you when you told me. I put this shit on my son. She said it in her room. The hell? I wish I was lying. What the hell? I wish I was lying. I don't you think it's weird?
Yeah, if she told you you mess,
Swear
if
to
a
God,
person tells
tell me.
me,
That's the first thing. When Blue called my phone while I'm at the gym with her, I literally was like, I moved away. But I was like, you used to fuck with her. She like, that's what you with. Da da da. And he get to popping it. Then he start going off on like other shit. I'm like, damn, he really fucked with her. Damn, I'm with a bitch that he fucked with. What bitch he didn't fuck with? You feel what I'm saying?
So Kalani gets wind of this, right? And she goes back online and she says the following.
What do I gain from this? What do I gain from this? Bro, please. Oh my God. I'm in Paris.
So obviously, she also did a post and she said things along the lines of this is beneath her and Chrisean basically needs to go take care of her son and worry about her son, okay? And so now here goes Chrisean. I always want to be the bitch to get the last word, okay? She comes out and she responds like this.
To end it with, oh, this is beneath me, take care of your son. What's beneath you, regular people? Because you live in a 2-bedroom apartment in downtown LA. So quit all that high power popping it like you some big shot caller. Chill. Like, for real. Ain't nothing beneath you. Fuck, you set me up. Okay, he didn't crack. How he didn't crack if... Why did you tell me that you dealt with him before? He's a master manipulator. You know what I'm going through. Been there, done that type of vibe. Then you also mentioned how you shared this with a couple of some girls, and they had the same story about him, and then you wondering how we all, like, I'm wondering how he all got us. You didn't end it with, oh, but he didn't crack. You just ended it there like you learned from dealing with him, like, to leave him alone. You didn't, oh no, but we didn't fuck though. You know, you got nothing to worry about. You was just like, oh no, I'm over that. So you don't got nothing to worry about. First of all, I don't even care. I don't deal with him. We broken up. I don't care. But the fact that you trying to make and play a victim card, oh, I'm just protecting my peace. I really unfollowed her because I have a stalker and he found me through her Snapchat and da da da. When was this when I asked you, is it okay for me to record? You said, nah, girl, it's okay. Why we need to show them positivity? You was cheesing in the camera. You was fanned out.
How I got Ozempic?
Shit. What are you talking about? You was pressed to be in the camera. Your body language wasn't saying, oh, stop recording me. You was engaging with my Snapchat, bro. I'm tired of letting people in this industry, females, period, anybody, period. It's somehow I be being some genuine female, like a person, to let somebody in just for them to bait me. Because she ran a play with me, bro. This is a promo run for her records. Like, okay, cool. You used me and said F me because what? Girl. Talking about this beneath you. Girl, I know where you live at, girl. That 2-bedroom apartment, talking about this beneath you. Alright. Okay, Khalani.
First of all, Chrisean, I thought you was homeless. Bitch, we don't know if you're living out of a box, a bin, or on a couch, okay? At this point. You just got kicked out of Blueface's house. Like, bitch, where's your house? You talking about she live in this little apartment. But bitch, at least she have a place. At least she have a spot that sign says it's them. At least she has a steady place that she get mailed to. Do you have a place that you get mailed to? Do you have a home address, a residing address? What's the address on your license? Do you still live there? Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Trying to downplay the next bitch. At least Khalani got her shit together. Khalani ain't out here chasing behind her baby daddy. Okay? Khalani ain't got a nigga tatted all over her face. Okay? Stop trying to act like you better than now. You don't know if you want to be a victim or if you want to be better than the next bitch. I'm just saying. Everybody got to be clout chasing off you. Bitch, please. This is what I said in my last video. Chrisean is repelling people away from her. Okay? And now you got poor, nice Khalani, the only one who would talk to you at the party, and now all of a sudden, she don't want to fuck with you because you immediately caused drama between the both of y'all. Need to explain. But I felt like that's where she went wrong, okay? She didn't have to explain to Neil motherfucker why she unfollowed Chrisean. It should just be a given. Chrisean should be used to being unfollowed, okay? I'm just saying. So she didn't have to explain that to nobody. And if Chrisean really felt the need for a explanation, maybe they could have talked about it outside of social media or whatever the case was. But Chrisean problem too is that, like I said, anytime somebody whispers her name, the boogeyman, she come popping up. Like, bitch, go sit your ass down somewhere. Why you so worried about what people say? But yet on the same hand, you started giving people shit to talk about. Like, it's bogus to me. Like, you think you're supposed to just do what the fuck you want and people don't call you out? Like, seriously, y'all don't let this bitch get away with murder so much to now she feel like anytime somebody say something to her, she's the victim. Oh my God, they trying to clout chase, and I'm just so sick of this. And God, this, God, that. Girl, God, go, girl. The Bible tell you not to use His name in vain, and you have been doing that severely, really, and truly. Oh, girl, listen. As far as this whole situation, I just feel like, look, Khalani, don't even respond, okay? Let Chrisean have this shit. Let her have it. You move on. Try not to make this video too long. But before I get out of here, I want to go ahead and talk about these people from Love Island, okay? Now, listen, I've been following the show, okay? So for those of you who don't watch Love Island is basically like a dating slash game show, okay? They come on once a year to see. They have one season a year. They come on during the summertime, okay? So it's like a summertime fun fling situation, but the episodes are aired every night. Okay, now I've been watching the show, but for some reason this year is really fucking popping. This year, y'all. I don't know why. I didn't think to recap these Love Island episodes because Love Island is the shit, and I've been watching it ever since. I watched all the seasons, even some of the UK versions. Um, but last season is what really popped it off. Okay, so basically you have about 6 girls, 6 guys. They get together, or 6 or 7 guys, 6 or 7 girls. They get together on the island, and so the objective is for them to couple up and find love. Okay, but they also have a chance of winning $100,000 at the end, like the best couple or whatever. Woo woo. Okay, now the kicker is we get to vote, like we get to vote our best person. The viewers, we get to vote our best person, best couples, and things like that throughout the show as well. And our votes do determine who gets kicked off, you know, who gets coupled up and things like that. Okay, not all the time we get to vote, but there are times where we could vote. Okay, um, basically there's recouplings, there's new people entering the villa, stealing other people's men and women. It's just a whole lot of fucking drama, y'all. It's a whole lot of drama, and I didn't realize as many men, like heterosexual men, watch the show as they do. But the shit be crazy. So fast forward to now, we're on season 7. Okay, I haven't been recapping it, but hopefully y'all go and check it out because it is a good show. It's over on Peacock. Y'all can go check it out. But basically, this week it's a few people from the show that's went viral. I want to kind of talk about Yulissa and Sierra. Okay, so Yulissa was kicked out of the village. I mean, she was kicked out of the villa early on in the season. Okay, and basically she was eliminated, well, kicked out because um, they went and found her social media, and they seen where she used the N word a few times. But the way that she used, the context in which she used the N word was not like, you know what I'm saying, a racist way. She is from New York. She is Latina, and you know they very much grow up around the black community. Not trying to excuse her for using it, but it's the context in which she used it. I don't know, but the fact that she used it ended up getting her pulled from the show. Okay, and so this week Sierra ended up getting pulled from the show too for making a racist comment. Okay, so apparently she was talking about her getting fillers and lines or some type of plastic surgery, and she was saying how her eyes looked a certain kind of way. And the word that she used was supposedly an Asian slur. Now, this opened my eyes too because I've heard this word being used before, and I never thought of it as being Asian slur. So I mean that's news to me too. I don't think she should have got pulled because it's so late in the season. Because mind you, currently we're on like episode 32, 33, and very soon, I would say probably next week will be the finale. So, I mean, we're very, very much late in the season. She's already formed a serious bond with Nick. I don't understand why they're pulling her so late, but I guess it's a thing to where if they pull Yulissa for making a racist comment, it wouldn't be fair not to pull Sierra too. I don't know. Okay, so that's what happened with them two, and that's my thoughts on it. I don't feel like, I just feel like the fans, they go dig up shit from the cracks and the crevices of the earth, and you never know. Like, whatever you say or do on your social media, that shit can come to bite you in the ass. So y'all just be careful, because you never know where your life's going to be like 10, 15 years from now. And you don't ever want to find yourself in a predicament where you will lose or have lost an opportunity because of something that you said years ago, and you no longer think in that capacity. You feel me? So you don't want to get yourself up like that. Y'all have to be very conscious of the shit that y'all put on the internet. All this sexy red life, all this thought and robbing life, all this other shit. Y'all have to be careful, because it can come back to backfire on y'all. Okay, so anyway, that's Sierra and Yulissa. Now I want to talk about Huda and Chris. Now they've been going super viral all day long. Okay, because last night's episode, there was this conversation between Huda and Chris that a lot of people feels a way about, and they really feel sad for Chris. They really feel like Chris is tired of Huda at this point. And to be honest, I concur. Okay, for me, having had watched the show this whole period of time, I feel like Huda is very much so damaged. Okay, she's one of those women that's really deeply insecure. She has to have full control of a situation. She's very possessive as well, and she's very overly emotional. People like that, especially when you're wrapped up in all in one bundle, can be very difficult to be compatible with or be in a relationship with, because they're always going to want to control you. They're going to always want to dictate what happens in your life. The jealousy, the way that they would treat you, and it's not, in most cases, it's like people like that don't realize how they come off. They really don't take a look at themselves. They really don't see, they really can't empathize with a person to see from their perspective. So they're not aware of themselves at all. They think that their behavior is perfectly fine. But then you wonder why you're fucking single, and you wonder why nobody wants you. But then there's that. So anywho, this particular conversation that people are talking about so heavily, is a conversation that took place right after a challenge. Okay, it was later on that evening. Chris and Huda was talking. At first, Chris was trying to play it cool. Huda was asking him, was he okay? And that was pretty much early in the day. He started off with an attitude. Okay, but later on that night, um, he has a conversation with the guys, and he's telling the guys how he feels like Huda loves to be intimate with them when they're in the bedroom, but then out in public, he tried to give her a kiss, and she was just looking around, and she, you know what I'm saying, didn't really want to kiss him, and he felt the ways about that. He felt like she was embarrassed to him, and like she just didn't really want him. Okay, and so he tells the boys this, but like immediately after he has a conversation with the guys, he goes over to talk to Huda. Okay, and that is where he fucked up, because I feel like the fact that he just talked to Huda was why they all started staring over and watching them. So it's like Huda being somebody who she's already like a little cuckoo crazy and paranoid. It's like she's looking over and she's seeing all these people watching. She's wondering what this conversation going to be about. You know what I'm saying? So her guard is already going up in the conversation, because she like, damn, why everybody's looking over here? Like, what's up with that? Like, whatever, woo woo. And so Chris goes on to tell her how he feel about, well, he tries to tell her how he feel, but she continuously cuts him off. He says, so last night, but what are you talking about? But um, can I please talk? Yeah, sure. Okay. So, well, damn, bitch. Like, that is how the conversation was going. Like, she would not let this man get a word out. it was hard to watch. It was disturbing. I felt bad for Chris, man. It was so bad to when they had eliminations, right? They got to eliminations that night, and one couple was the couple that was had the least amount of votes had to, was sent home or whatever, whoop de whoop. And surprisingly enough, Huda and Chris was the third up. So, they were saved. But the look on his face, it was like he was disappointed that he was saved. She grabbing his hand, she's like, and he looking just like he's in sadness and despair. And it's so crazy. It was like deja vu because it reminded me so much of how Jeremiah had started to look throughout the end of their relationship. How her previous relationship with the guy who was eliminated from the villa, how he was looking like he was just under pressure, just looking so stressed out. He was looking like my Uncle Johnny Bo. God bless the dead. God bless the dead. I had an auntie named Nancy and an Uncle Johnny Bo, right? They is a classic example of a toxic ass couple. My auntie Nancy, you can't tell her shit. She mean as hell. She controlling as fuck. She wanted to control everything my Uncle Johnny Bo did, on down to the motherfucking how he spent his money, right? And she would argue and fuss at him, and at the end of an argument, he always walked out the house looking sad, tired, and defeated. When you would see him, he'll be sitting under that motherfucking shade tree with a bottle of liquor, and that was the most content that you would find him. But he stayed in this relationship with him and my auntie. They were married for like 30, 40 fucking years. And it was so bad to where I would see this every time. Like, we would come over, family gatherings and everything. They was kind of the talk of the family. And it was just it was crazy because I thought that shit was normal. I thought all old couples was supposed to act like that. It was over time in my life that I learned that relationships not supposed to be hard. They're not supposed to be toxic, and you're not supposed to be feeling defeated and let down and hurt and exhausted in a relationship, okay? It's not supposed to get you there. It's supposed to make you feel good. You're supposed to have support and all that good shit. I didn't know that there was another path of being with the person until much later in life. But that's one of the things that you learn. Um, so yeah, that's the type of female I feel like Huda. She kind of remind me of my auntie Nancy in that way, and I hope that she learns about herself, or when she gets off the show and she kind of watch things back and she realize her behavior, she watch herself, she learns from it, and she learns to like bite down a little bit, because ain't no nigga love a bitch that nitpicks all the time, 24 motherfucking 7. I mean, damn, bitch, if you stutter saying the same shit, don't you get tired of hearing yourself say the same shit? Like, for real. Like, nobody wants to be nagged, man or woman. Nobody want to be sitting around nagged every little thing you do. Oh, something wrong with that. Oh, something wrong with this. You always got an attitude. You always want to be in the boss. You always want to do this. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up and let me breathe. Like, shut the fuck up and just let me be. That'll make you tired, exhausted, woe-eyed. And unfortunately, it look like she burning this nigga out just like she burnt out Jeremiah. So, child, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how tonight's episode go, because, child, I'm interested to see if he finally tell her how the fuck he feel. He said he's over. Over. Yeah, he said it's over. So, we shall see. But, child, I see the same thing y'all see in the rest of America. I saw that shit too, and I felt the same way. So when I seen the clip, I was just like, yeah, I knew they were gonna be talking about this shit here, because this was just hard to watch. Okay, but y'all, like I said, just a quick video. Probably wasn't quick, because y'all know I can motherfucking talk, but it is what it is. So if you are new here, please hit the damn subscribe button. It is free. Also hit the notification bell so y'all know when I drop a new video. Please stay tuned. Another thing too, I wanted to do a community poll, but since I'm here, hell, fuck it, I might as well ask. So I was thinking about, I haven't been keeping up with the Baddies Gone Wild episodes. I see that y'all really not taking to those recaps like that. I don't know. It don't seem like too many people fucking with the Baddies Gone Wild anyway. And I'm kind of burnt out, particularly because half the cast I can't stand. Like, I would say a good 90% of the cast I just don't like. It's crazy because I never watched a show where I didn't like majority of the people on the show. So I really can't get too much into it. I've been trying, I've been pushing through y'all, but y'all ain't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna waste all that motherfucking energy trying to make them videos if y'all ain't go watch it and support it. And besides, bitch, I got 2 jobs. This is like a third one. Hell, I cannot. I'm burnt the fuck out. I ain't got time, and I'm not gonna waste the energy. But if y'all do want me to recap or talk about anything, y'all let me know. Cause shit, a bitch told me last week that my damn subject, my last video, she told me that all the shit that I talked about happened last week. Well, bitch, news to you. Bitch, I can't get these videos out as fast. But if y'all be, the good folks, if y'all come look out for a bitch and uh let me know topics that y'all want me to talk about, I'll just focus on those topics. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But without that, bitch, I'm just fishing. Okay? I'm fucking fishing. All right. I love y'all. Deuces. Bye.